Surah Ali Imran, Ayah 169. Indeed, they are alive. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has proclaimed that they are alive. So what are they doing in this living state? What exactly are they doing if they are alive? Can they feel? Can they think? Are they happy? Are they sad? Let us then see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about them. فرحين بما آتهم الله من فضله ويستبشرون بالذين لم يلحقوا بهم من خلفهم ألا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. They are joyous in taking the bounty given to them by Allah, and they have good news in the fact that those who they have left behind will have no fear, nor will they grieve. Surah Ali Imran, Ayah 170. What a good news this is for the fact that the martyrs are alive in their graves. In addition to that fact, this ayah is also an indication that all of those who have died, the righteous from amongst this ummah, are alive in their graves. In fact, this also gives notice to the fact that those who were left behind by those martyrs, those righteous people, they as well are on their way to a moment of bliss and beauty. It says that those left behind have no fear, nor will they grieve. Those of us that have professed the unity creed of salvation, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, we have been saved. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised the Jannah to whoever amongst them proclaims this. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever believes La ilaha illallah without any doubt in these words, indeed, he will be admitted into the Jannah. There is no doubt about it. There's a third selection of words. A third selection. And this is from the same surah. Listen to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that they receive. What is the reward that they receive for their hard work and their difficulties? Listen to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about their bounties. He says, يستبشرون بنعمة من الله وفضل وأن الله لا يضيع أجر المؤمنين الذين استجابوا لله والرسول من بعد ما أصابهم القرح للذين أحسنوا منهم واتقوا أجر عظيم. They receive good news of the favor and bounty from Allah, and that Allah will never cause the reward of those who believe to be lost. Those who answered the call of Allah and the Messenger after being tested with injury, indeed, those who had ihsan from them and had taqwa will receive an immense reward. Surah Ali Imran, ayat 171 to 172. Listen to the life that is in the righteous of this ummah, the torch bearers of this ummah, be they scholars, zuhad, pious men and women that abstained from the evils of this world, or the Sufiya, be they the righteous men and women that protected themselves from evil and sins. Those of you who have questions may phone us at 8411-800 or 8411-900. Whichever one of those it may be, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has protected them. Indeed, He has blessed us to know of this information. But then, of course, another objection can come where someone could say, yes, but you have quoted martyrs, shuhada. Likewise, the example that I give here. where it's related from Ibn Abbas that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, quote, "The martyrs are fluttering at the brightness of the river at the door of the paradise in a green dome. Their sustenance comes to them from paradise every morning and evening." Closed quote. Collected by Imams Ibn Hibban, Ahmed, Tabarani, Al-Hakim, Al-Tabari, Diyauddin Al-Maqdisi, Al-Munawi, Al-Suyuti, Hadith number 3742, and classified by them, as well as Imams Al-Nabahani, Al-Munawi, Shams and Habib Al-Shanqiti, and others, as Sahih. So indeed, the martyrs are alive, receiving sustenance, blessing, bounties, the righteous of this ummah the same way. Someone could say, yes, but you have proclaimed in your talk that the prophets are alive in their graves. You haven't given any evidence to this fact. I can say my evidences have been general and indicate that because the prophets, of course, are greater than the martyrs. So, of course, they, by default, would have to be alive in their graves. Someone could say, don't you have a clearer evidence for that from the Quran? For all these evidences you've given, they've inferences, don't you have a actual nas? And I could say, yes. We actually have a nas from the sunnah of our Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is narrated from Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he says, quote, "Al-anbiya'u ahya'un fi quburihim yusallun." Indeed, the prophets are alive in their graves praying. Close quote. Collected by Imams Ibn Adi, Al-Bazzar, Abu Na'im Al-Asbahani, Ibn Asakir, Ahmed, Al-Bayhaqi, Muslim, Nisa'i, Al-Shatti, Al-Dahlan, Al-Sindhi, Khalid Al-Baghdadi, Baha'uddin, and Al-Suyuti, Hadith number 2790, and classed by all of them as Sahih. So here we have a clear text. Prophets are alive in their graves. No doubt about that. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself said it. Now, in addition to saying that, we also want to put forward the belief that the prophets, they are also aware when they are informed of something by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are aware. The prophets are aware in general, and specifically the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is also aware. Now that's a rather brazen statement to make. But the Orthodox Muslims of the first generations, they made that statement. So what could possibly be the evidence of that statement? One of the first evidences is where it's been mentioned in the Quran by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, وَالشَّاهِدُ وَمَشْهُودُ, by the witness and the thing being witnessed. Surah Al-Buruj, Ayah 3. According to the following tafsirs, Jami' al-Bayan by Imam al-Tabari, Jami' li-Ahkam al-Quran by Imam al-Qurtubi, Tafsir al-Quran al-Azim by Imam Ibn Kathir, Jalalain by Imams Jalaluddin al-Mahalli and Jalaluddin al-Suyuti. They all narrate a story from the Sahabi Mujahid, who reported it from the Sahaba, from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the shahid, the witness, is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the witnessed thing is the day of Jum'ah, in that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is informed every Friday of the actions of his ummah, individually and collectively as well as an ummah. If he sees them falling into sin, he asks Allah to forgive them, and if he sees them doing good, he praises Allah. This is also the same tafsir given on Surah An-Nisa, Ayah 41. From all those tafsirs, the same thing can be deduced.